This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, September 20th. I'm Michael Groff. We've got some light rain around the valley this morning in association with the moisture from Hurricane Paine, former Hurricane Paine now, as it continues to weaken off the west coast of Mexico. That will be the theme of our forecast today, and plenty of moisture hanging around for the next couple of days before drier air finally sweeps in and a nice weekend ahead. Right now, though, you see there from the view from South Mountain at this insanely early hour, the glow of the clouds and some light showers. We're at 82 degrees right now, dew point 61, relative humidity 48%. The winds from the north-northwest at 12. The barometer is steady. Satellite picture, the entire state covered by clouds. That extends through southeast California and all the way down through the Baja. Radar does show the very light rain across much of western and northern Arizona, as well as southeast California and from the Baja southward. Watch warning map this morning. Yeah, we've got some fire danger issues still out in the western states. Dense fog advisories for much of Wisconsin, as well as portions of Virginia. And a heat advisory for central Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City today. Still summer hanging on in some parts of the country. Convective outlook for today. We've got a marginal risk of severe weather across southern Minnesota, including the Twin Cities and northern Iowa. Day 2 tomorrow, that marginal risk from north central Kansas through the Lincoln, Nebraska area, Omaha, Des Moines, the Twin Cities once again, Madison, Wisconsin. And on day 3, quite a bit of the country in the soup, but no real severe weather expected anywhere. Here's the latest on former Hurricane Paine, now a tropical storm. Maximum sustained winds 50 miles per hour, moving to the north. It is expected to make that turn a little bit more toward the northeast near the Baja Spur later today. And as it does, that circulation center will slowly start to collapse. It'll become post-tropical. It won't even really exist. You won't have discernible circulation by sometime tomorrow. All right, here we go. The models, the 06E GFS, valid at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. Got a trough digging into the western United States. That's going to help keep pulling in that moisture, and it may be a factor in our weather on Thursday for sure. We'll talk about that, and definitely for our weekend. Big ridge of high pressure over the central part of the country, and there's that cutoff low off the Southern California coast this afternoon. That'll be phasing out, though. And here we go. This is the moisture from Paine. That'll be streaming across the state through much of the day. Now, it's going to be a cloudy day today. We're going to stay mainly in the 80s, perhaps at times dipping into the upper 70s. Very muggy day as well. Occasional light rain showers, but we're not looking at anything substantial. Broad south to southwesterly flow as that upper low off the Southern California coast gradually phases out. We'll see little tiny perturbations in the flow, little disturbances move through, but the overall theme here is the atmosphere is very stable with cloudy conditions, the sun not getting through. We won't be destabilizing the atmosphere with thermodynamics. We don't really have a lot of upper level dynamics at play, and the mid-levels of the atmosphere are just very warm. Temperatures at 500 millibars are just at around minus 5 degrees Celsius. So just not a lot of cool air to destabilize things. So we're going to be looking at just a very stratified light rain throughout much of the state today. Want the heavier precipitation head towards Southern California maybe, or northern Arizona where you have some of the lift from the mountains. Precipitable water values will be very high though, so any kind of moisture, any kind of wave or disturbance in the flow would squeeze out some extra rainfall today. Values around 1.75 inches here in the Phoenix area, representing better than the 95th percentile for this time of year. And again, not a lot of cape, not a lot of instability to work with. By tomorrow, we start to get rid of the clouds. We'll still have some around here, of course. It'll be partly sunny. We'll have some scattered showers, certainly, and thunderstorms about, but as that circulation center from Paine weakens, I don't even think it makes it into the state as anything discernible. So we'll just have to go with the heating of the day and the proximity of this digging trough of low pressure over the Pacific Northwest. So we'll have a little bit of forcing in the air, but I'm just not looking optimistic for any widespread heavy precipitation tomorrow, but scattered showers and thunderstorms, probably about a 40% chance of rain. Highs again tomorrow, upper 80s to low 90s. It'll be very, very muggy, though. That circulation from Paine may be gone, but its moisture plume will be with us, so it will be a very muggy day. Dew points probably in the 60s or 70s tomorrow. Then you see precip water values tomorrow very high once again, exceeding 2 inches in some parts of southwest Arizona. Thursday. Now, we're talking about the trough energy moving through the area. Now, that's going to be an interesting factor. I think most of the energy stays to our north, but as a nod to this, we talked about this yesterday with these dynamics, very strong winds aloft coming through. We'll have a little bit of lift in the atmosphere. We'll still have the moisture around across the southern part of the state. This is, again, 5 p.m. on Thursday. So with those factors, we got to at least call for a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, and some of those could get pretty strong, especially over northern Arizona. If we do see anything, yeah, it could be a strong storm here also, but I would say the chances, again, only about 20%. Highs, upper 80s to low 90s on Thursday. The total QPF from this entire event from today through Thursday, well, yesterday we were showing you about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain here in Phoenix. This run of the GFS showing about 1/10 of an inch for us. I think the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. Many areas will see some measurable rain. I think you have a pretty high chance of getting something out of this. A few hundredths, 1/10 of an inch. If you run into an isolated storm, of course, you can always see an inch or more. But for most of us, probably about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch would be a fairly realistic amount from this entire event. By Friday, drier air coming in behind that trough, and it's going to start to get pretty nice around here. I think we maybe start out the day a bit muggy on Friday, but by the afternoon and certainly the evening hours, things are going to start to get very pleasant. The activity will be well to our north. All that energy is moving off into the plain states, so nothing to worry about here. Friday night looks beautiful, but even during the day on Friday, the GFS has us in the upper 80s, and that seems pretty reasonable. So we'll go with that. Saturday morning, you'll be waking up to low temperatures in the upper 50s in the cooler valley locations to the mid 60s in the urban core. And again, we may not get out of the 80s on Saturday either. It'll be a breezy day in the afternoon, but really clear skies, nothing to worry about at all. Sunday looks nice too. Very dry conditions. Will probably be about 90, maybe the low 90s, but it's not going to be a major heat wave or anything to concern yourself with. Again, no precipitation chances whatsoever. Monday looks very much the same. Maybe we'll add a couple more degrees, 90 to 95, but not too bad, and lows will continue to be very comfortable, upper 50s to mid 60s. Here we go out to a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 27th of September. Got a big low over the middle of the country. This is your classic blocking pattern. Got the big ridges on either side of the country, and that low is just not going to go anywhere. But we will continue to be dry under a ridge of high pressure building off the west coast, so temperatures may again add another degree or so. I think we'll keep it under the century mark, and we may, and I don't want to jinx it, but we may be done with the 100-degree temperatures for the entire season until next spring. That would be, that's wishful thinking, knock on wood, whatever, but hopefully that's the case. All right, as we go out toward Wednesday, this is the 28th of September. Again, that low just stuck over the middle of the country. And the end of the forecast period, Thursday, the 29th. Yeah, not a lot of change in the pattern. Really about the same. We got that low heading into the southern Great Lakes. We are under the influence of high pressure, so it will remain dry and temperatures at or maybe a degree or two above normal. Again, that's all if this verifies. Things can change, so keep up to date. But for now, it's looking pretty nice around here. High temperatures through the period. Don't think we're going to get to 94 today. I didn't see what our high was at midnight. I'll go back and check that, but it does not look like we will be getting into the 90s today or maybe even tomorrow. And otherwise, we look pretty good through the period. Look at that. Friday looks beautiful. Saturday, Sunday, those low temperatures getting down to the low to mid 60s, even in the urban core. That's perfect. And temperatures, as we head toward October 1st, the normal high is 94 degrees on that day. So we'll be right around normal. And I think we keep it under 100. Again, knock on wood through the period. All right, that's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Subscribe to our videos, like what we do, leave your comments, whatever you want to do. And we'll see you again for another video tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching.